Mr. President, General. In the past 24 hours, our reconnaissance planes have spotted several unknown weapons over a Russian military airbase. We have reason to believe that these weapons may be a threat to our national security. Communications between Russia and the U.S. have been severed. Mr. President, I advise that we prepare for nuclear war.
What do you base this theory on?
Mr. President?
General, you realize that the Russians have not made any threats toward our nation. And keep in mind, the Russians have been a resourceful ally. What makes you think now, of all times, they would choose to launch an attack on us?
Mr. President, although the Russians have been friendly over the last few decades, they have also despised us as a nation. For them to conquer the world's strongest power, to give them the power to rule the world. Mr. President, this is more than enough motive. I urge you strongly to consider my view on this matter. As the General of Defense, I recommend we make the first move. Mr. President.
Have you been briefed?
Yes, Mr. President.
What's your take on the matter?
Honestly, I completely reject the idea of attacking Russia.
And why is that, officer?
Well, General, we have to consider the consequences of nuclear war. When Russia retaliates, well, we can't even begin to imagine what will happen to America. The U.S. has never had its mainland attacked, so for the U.S. to be harmed there, it would be catastrophic. The American civilians would cry for all-out war, and we would be forced to oblige.
Officer, do you realize the possible result of us not launching this war? If the Russians made the first move or not, the devastation will be just as great. We need to destroy them before they destroy us.
General, the Russians have made no credible threats to our national security. But where does he prove? These are
Look in front of you, officer! Look in front of you! What do you think these are, huh? Rocket roller coasters? These are nuclear weapons!
Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions? Think of the millions of people that will die.
If we don't attack them first, think of the millions of our people that will die.
Wait, General, if we were to try to solve this peacefully, none of this would have to happen. We could save all those lives by just a few words instead of killing them all by just a few missiles.
I'm doing this for the safety of America, and you can't ignore that these weapons might lead to the fall of the greatest nation on Earth.
The greatest nation on Earth, General? If you believe we're so great, then why are you insisting that we kill millions of innocent people? A nation, General, does not become great by its war influence. A nation becomes great by its capacity to do what is right. So, Mr. President, if you choose to go through with this, then so be it. Thank you, General. We can only see how much of a murder really are.
Officer, stop! Hey! Drop it. 1, 2, 3. Calm down, man. Calm down. Calm down. Not every story has a happy ending, soldier.
a nuclear launch. I suggest you sign those papers, Mr. President.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
America, today we unite as one nation. As of noon today, our country will be at war with Russia. We will launch an arsenal of nuclear weapons to the largest Russian cities. This does include Moscow. As of 0300 yesterday morning, our reconnaissance planes have detected an arsenal of nuclear weapons in an airbase outside of Moscow. We believe these to be weapons of mass destruction and have reason to believe we are the target country. America, we are at war with the largest country in the world. God help us all.